Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another business talk with a trusted partner by CCIS. Pleased to see you after a while, after a few weeks, actually, after a few weeks off due to all the holidays here in Slovenia and globally also. Hope you have the chance to visit some nice places and to have some moments for yourself before jump into the regular busy work day. Today, I have the honor to present two guests of honors from the company TIC. With us are the Ms. Petra Borovichek, Managing Director of the company, and Ms. Tatjana Smakar, Head of Sales. Ladies, good day to you and welcome to the Business Talk.
Good day, Ines, and thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, of course, it's a pleasure. It's pleasure of mine. Dear friends, before we start, let me just summarize briefly about the company so that we know who we have today and what we will talk about. So TIC DOO, based in Kobarid, is a manufacturer of disposable medical devices, and with its, pay attention, 71-year tradition, it is the largest manufacturer of such devices in Slovenia and wants to become a recognized manufacturer of such devices in Europe and on the third markets as well. There you go. This is the short and briefly about the company. The rest you will find out within the next 20 or so minutes. By that, I also mean that you, after that, can participate with your questions, which you can write it below in a text box, and I will read it later. So, ladies, with whom should I start now? You give me a tough job right now, but nevertheless, Petra, since you're a managing director, what did I left out when I was giving a short summary of your company? Please.
Nothing, Ines. Everything was perfect.
Okay, great.
Just to add, we are really 70 years old, so we have quite an experience in the medical device field. But I don't know if not many people knows that TIC was not, the first production was not in the medical device field. And because TIC was established and produced the first finished goods were the needles for sewing. So that's why also our name TIK in Slovenia means Tovarna as factory of needles in Kobarid. So we have 70 years experience, and of course we are here nowadays. We are just a manufacturer of the medical device. In the past, we produced many things, and as I explained, among them were the first products were needles for sewing. So this was our start.
Other focus then the focus were housewives for equipment for sewing and so on.
Yes,
so
correct.
When was this important milestone that you go from needle manufacturing to the medical disposal devices manufacturing? When did that happen?
This happened, I think, in 1959.
Okay.
And of course, because they produced needles, the logical thing was to produce also needles for the medical field. And they started with the needles for the multiple use, because you will remember that in the past, the needles were used for many times, and then when the AIDS came as a disease, then this was one of a change in mindsets that the medical device should be for single use. So then TIC also transformed it and started to produce the needles for single use. But as I explained, nowadays we produce just one needle in TIC, and this is this one for the in vitro fertilization. And TIC during these years stopped to produce needles and focused mostly on other programs, mostly on urology program, and also aspirational catheters and other devices for single use.
Okay, and this is used only for humans or also for, let's say, animals? I mean,
you can use these products also for animals, and we have our one strategic program is also veterinary program, and also the catheters, they are used also for cats, dogs, I don't know, needles for horses. We produce many things also from the veterinary sector.
But is this catheter like widely used medical devices, or who is the user? Can you just describe the basic profile?
Okay, now we're Tatiana. This is Tatiana's field, as she's sales manager, so she can explain that.
Hello to all. Yes, thank you. Yes, urology division in TIC is the main division, and here are the most important program are intermittent catheters. So TIC with innovative solutions placed on the market in 2019 a new generation of these intermittent catheters. What is the purpose of these catheters of our brand Green Cat? They are used for the catheterization. What is the catheterization? Catheterization, this is a technique, a procedure in which such plastic tube, we call a catheter, is inserted through the urethra into the bladder. So the bladder then is emptied. If the catheterization procedure is performed by patient, we call this self-catheterization. Catheterization procedure must be daily repeated 4 to 6 times per day. So it means that catheter is removed each time, and such catheterization we call intermittent, and catheters for this procedure are called intermittent catheters. Who does need this procedure for catheterization? All those people with neurogenic disorder bladders, like spinal cord injuries. Here are most known paraplegics or tetraplegics. Then patients with spina bifida, multiple sclerosis. And on the other side, also the patients with non-neurogenic disorder bladders, like obstructions due to prostate enlargement, then urethral restrictions and postoperative urinary retention. Usually for this catheterization are two types of intermittent catheters. One are we call uncoated catheters, and the other one are coated catheters. Coated, it means that the catheters looks like this, and the patient must each time to applicate a gel lubricant, so that the smooth, the surface of this catheter comes smooth. And on the other side, there are coated catheters, as our brand Green Cat catheters are coated catheters. These catheters have a surface with a hydrophilic coating. A coating is a layer of polymer that absorbs water to form a lubricated surface on the catheter. And when this coating is activated with water, it becomes smooth. And such smooth, yes, catheter and slippery catheter reduces friction. This is very important. And also it reduces the risk of urinary tract infections.
Ines, in one word, we ordinary people go to the toilet with the muscles and empty the urethra, the bladder with the muscles. And those who cannot, they use catheters for that.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds very painful, but nevertheless, the medicine is not easy at all in any sense if you have some kind of condition and diseases. And by saying that, this kind of group of people, is this kind of group of people, patients, big by your estimation? The market, okay, let's say the market.
Yes, the market, yes. We have some market researches, especially on the number of paraplegic, so-called spinal cord injuries per every year, because we focus on the patients, on the new patients, because the philosophy of already patients, paraplegics who use the catheters, let's say for 20 years, they are hardly changed due to the physical motives. So we focus on the new paraplegics. So in each country, the ratio is increasing every year, especially in the Europe, in the US markets, and so on.
Really?
Yeah.
Due to the accidents, or
due to the accidents, also due to the cancer of prostates and so on. A lot of issues, a lot of
and we are getting old, Ines, older.
Thanks for reminding me.
And that's why a lot of diseases are also they're combined with that, and so some of them, they are using also the catheters to live their normal life, let's say, like that. Yeah.
So where do you get yours? What are the materials that are used in these catheters?
If we are looking maybe for the catheter itself packed in the blister, we have a lot of materials.
Okay.
If I start with the first one, the most important material here is the coating. Because when we placed on the market a new generation of these green cut catheters, we really wanted to give to the patients in one product that there are the all main characteristics of the catheters, because the other competitors, these characteristics are excluded. So the most important is the coating. Our coating on the green cut catheters is biocompatible. It means that the material is compatible with body tissue. Then coating is also designed to reduce the residuals. It means that there is less stress to the organism.
Yes, because if you use the catheter I don't know, 5 to 10 times per day, it is really important that as less as residuals remain into the body. So this is really important for us.
So the second feature of the catheter are these eyes. We call eyes or eyelets or something like that. So in the theory of the manufacturers, we know 3 types of side eyes. The most standard eyes are classic. They have sharper edges. Then face punching eyes, that they have already more rounded edges. And the last one are polished eyes. It means that the edges of eyes have premium rounded edges to create really a perfectly smooth transition between eyes and catheter surface, because it is very important that they minimize discomfort and also the risk of urethral trauma
or injuries.
This green cut, our green cut catheters have all these polished eyes, and this is our unique technology, TICS technology. The third maybe feature also is this water sachet. We call water pocket. Inside this water, inside this sachet is sterilized, purified water. And this pocket is sterilized also with e-beam sterilization, that really no bacteria, no mechanical mechanical parts are in this pocket. Why is this pocket necessary? Because when the end user uses this catheter, is the water already in the pocket, and she just squeezes this water, and the water comes on the surface. Where is this coating? It binds the water, and the surface now is slippery and smooth. And such catheters then can be inserted easily to the urethra with no damages of the mucosa. This is very important. Yeah.
So, like a lot of materials, then I can imagine today that you have a lot of challenges in the supplying.
Nowadays, really.
How do you resolve that?
The last year, Ines, was really difficult for everyone who are using PVC material, and the one of the material you asked before is also PVC compound, which we are using for the injection molding and extrusion of the tubings and funnels. And of course, these materials, what Tatiana should also mention is that there are DHP free materials. So we have
usually when catheters are produced from PVC material, there is also added some softener material, phthalates, but there is well known that these phthalates are not good for endocrine system. So all our catheters don't contain these phthalates. So we declare all these catheters that they are without phthalates, DHP free. And this is the declaration on each product. This is very important, and it is one comparative advantage.
Yes. And of course, in these days when the prices went up, we have really struggled with all our end users and also customers, but we try to manage to supply really on time all our products. This was really one achievement we managed to do through this last year, and it was really hard for us. We also our inventory of stocks raised up because it was a normal decision if we wanted to have the production ongoing every day, every week. So this was really important this last year. Yeah, but the prices are still going up. This is the challenge also for the future.
Yeah. So hope you will cope as good as you did till now.
Yeah.
So you can still be in some advantage.
But you know what is important, Ines, because all our suppliers are from European Union. This was our decision when we decided what to do. But if we want to have the top quality products, and this is our first, let's say, priority in TIC, we picked up just the European suppliers. And this was, let's say, a success during these 2 years, also with the COVID situation 2 years ago. And it was really a good decision. It was because we had no delays on supply chain. So, and all the materials are really high quality, and we have no problems with our suppliers. This is really important thing to say. Yeah.
Great, congratulations again with smart decisions as well, actually. So we have the local suppliers here, we can say local, so we are here in UA, but where are you present with your products? Just EU? Are you looking outside the EU borders?
Of course, EU is our primary market because everyone who is in the medical device market, you will know that we have really regulated market, and within the European Union, we have CE mark, which is valid, and so we can sell in all the countries inside the European Union. So we are in the European Union mostly, but nowadays we are also spreading abroad, and Tatiana will maybe explain where we are present also outside of Europe.
Yes, outside the Europe, we are maybe the main market is Turkey, and also outside the Europe now is UK market, where we started the first with the green cut catheters, not with this brand, but we started in 2007. And it was really a big challenge. Why? Because after Brexit, we needed to register this product once again to find UK representative, to share to them our technical file and everything. And also the next challenge is also that we need to obtain a new UK CA certificate, because CA certificate will not be valid anymore. So this is really a big challenge.
What is the difference between UKCA or EUCA? Is there
you need to ask these British people and your government. we really don't know also, because it's the same, only the certificate, the form is a new one, and the cost, of course, increased.
You have to pay for the paper, of course.
Yes.
And Ines, maybe outside Europe, we are also present in Egypt, let's say, in Saudi Arabia.
Yes, and of course, when we enter to new market outside the European Union, there is the first step, registration. This procedure usually takes 6 months or maybe 1 year also, and there is a lot of documentation to be prepared before. To present to the government, to a lot of signature and so on, and also to find an exclusive distributor who perform all this registration. When we get this certificate, then we can start to distribute these products. Otherwise,
So actually you find a distributor and then you have to wait, let's say, for a year to start business there. So it's like selling the machinery, you know, because it's a big investment and it's long process, selling process. So here I can say this is due to regulatory challenges.
Yeah, exactly. Ines, you know that I worked before in a banking system, and I was really need to set my mind and my brains, because here everything is really slowly. You cannot sell from one day to another, and because of this regulation things, and it is really something you need to be aware if you are working in a medical device field. So this is a must here, and now I understand that. After 4 years being in TIC, now I understand that.
So do you have maybe outside the EU market some market that you don't need all these procedures, or a little bit ease on that, or it is completely the same everywhere?
Now, each market outside the European Union, there is the request to make the registration. If we enter on the US market, there is a registration and the certification according to Food and Drug Administration.
FDA.
So, FDA. And Canada has another certificate.
Switzerland, for example, is also outside European Union, and of course another registration you need. So you have to focus on the market, research the market, and see what papers you need there, and then you can start the entering the market.
And on the other hand, if you enter to one new market, let's say to German market, you need to label the products in German language. This is also important. A lot of differentiation of the package.
So you mentioned a lot of your brand, Green Cat. I know for that you get several innovation awards. You need to brag a little bit your innovation.
It's true, because we won Golden Slovenian Chamber of Commerce Reward. This was one one event CCIS is doing, and we were really proud because we won the National Golden Award for this green cat catheters, as Tatiana explained. And with all these features,
this one catheter, yes,
she explained, and she didn't mention one example. This is, I don't, you cannot see that. This is the soft tip. Okay. This is really our know-how, and this is a tip of the catheter which is a little bit softer than usual Nelaton tip. And why it's used? Because some people have some obstructions inserting the tip into the urethra, and these soft tips it makes maybe an easier entry into the urethra, and maybe easier catheterization at the end.
And maybe this is our unique technology and our know-how and our development. So it's a secret. And a lot of our competitors is seeking for this unique soft type, but only TIC has it.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have your own team who is developing new innovative products, or how do you manage that?
Of course, we have a technology and development department. And the guys, mostly the guys there are experts on that. And of course, we have really so long tradition in producing medical devices. This is really our advantage. I don't know, years ago, Ines, for example, when there was not so many, let's say, obstacles about regulations and regulatives and so on, I don't know, a doctor called in TIC and say, I need this, and we produce that. Okay. This was really a simple way. So we really had and we have a really good experience in producing things.
Maybe here I would like to add also that TIC in past was more involved in the hospital market. Then we changed our philosophy, and now the most important market for us is home care market. So it means that the market is the payers of these catheters are public insurance, health insurances. So the patient who wants to buy this catheter, he goes to take the receipt at the urologist, and then goes with this receipt to the pharmacy, and then the health insurance pays for this. So here is the important this reimbursement also policy of each country.
Here in Slovenia or in general?
In general.
Really?
Yeah. Also, it's important that, let's say, for example, in one country, the prescription is only for 100 of these catheters per month. In Slovenia 150, in US 200, so it depends. And it's important for us to know all these figures. Otherwise, patients need to pay for these catheters.
Is this expensive if you buy it on yourself? By yourself?
Yeah, of course. It depends of which catheter and it is used.
Yeah,
because the catheter is a lot of combinations.
And how many per day? Because you have people, they use maybe 5 catheters per day, and you have, I don't know, we have sports people. Let's say we have one guy who is our Paralympian, Slovenian Paralympian, and he's a paracyclist, and he uses 10 catheters per day. So it really depends of the end user at the end.
In summertime is increasing.
Yeah.
Of the using these catheters.
Okay.
Because you drink a lot. It's the same. It's the same as we. So when you drink, I don't know, more beer, more coffee, more water, then you have to go to the toilet many times.
I was going to say you cannot drink beer then, because you get actually more to use then. So, and for the last thing, before we go for the questions, I need to check it out. But I need to ask you, what are the big trends now in the industry? Is this digitalization or some changes due to the COVID? What do you see? What are the biggest trends right now here?
Ines, I think that materials.
Materials.
In this usage of materials, and because of the, of course, environmental impact, and of course, you throw this when you use the catheter, then you throw it into the trash. So the usage of materials is really important. And of course, all the Western European or Northern European countries are mostly, they want to have the PVC free materials. And this means that the catheters is not made from PVC, but from other materials because it's environmentally friendly, let's say like that. Okay. So I think that this is the main issue and the main, let's say, challenge for us also for the future, because we have to think also about this. But on the other hand, our catheter, if you look at our blister, our packaging of the catheter is really, let's say, eco, because we didn't want to transform this blister into aluminum foil or other foil, because we know the impact to the environment. We are staying on a traditional side with a paper and medical film. This is really important, because also if you compare with our competitors, a weight of the one catheter, our is really light. The others are really more the volume is really, and the weight is really much more than ours. Yeah.
So nowadays, of course, another thing to consider, environmental friendly relationships. Again, most important thing, of course. So ladies, let's move to the question. Hello everyone. Hi to everyone back. Hi ladies, are you mostly addressing tendering businesses? What kind of buyers are you mostly engaged with? So tenders, this must be challenging.
Challenging one, yeah.
Yeah. It depends. We are presented at home care market, and if we want to enter to some new market, first we need a distributor, okay? It depends. In a lot of European countries, these products are on tender. It means that the health insurance published a tender. So a distributor in this country needs to offer the products on the tender.
But it depends from the country to the country. So it's really a mix of everything. Yeah.
Otherwise, in some other European countries, the distributor just needs to register at the Ministry of Health these products, the items, and then the sale is going normally.
Yeah, without tenders. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. What kind of buyers are you mostly engaged with? So this was actually said before, but this was your target group. But with what kind of companies do you do business? Strictly distributor for disposal, medical products, or some other type of distributors?
Yeah, we focus on the distributors of medical disposables. That they already know the market situation, because this is a specific market. Another kind of, let's say, end users, they are not the same as the end users, let's say, hospitals. So yes, we target on this.
And maybe one good example, a good practice, a win-win one, was distributors of, I don't say, wheelchairs, also takes our products, and of course they know the market. They know they have some buyers of the wheelchairs, of course, the tetraplegics, paraplegics, and they add then our green cat catheters beside that. So this is one of the win-win situation we have.
Good idea, complementary activity besides these wheelchairs. Okay, so moving on, are you interested in the Nigerian market? If yes, I have medical device distributor visiting Slovenia in August. Oh, this year, even better. We can schedule a meeting if you with you in August.
Of course, we are interested, but first we would like to get some information about this market for intermittent catheters. Are already accepted at the market? How is the situation? Because in some countries in the development, the method as the catheterization is still in the clouds. So we should to receive information, and then why not?
Yeah. We will be we will be and we were present also on Arab Health fair last year and this year, and a lot of African countries came on our booth, and I think this is a good market also for us. This is a good starting point, and also I don't know, a visit in August, it's a perfect one. Just take a little note that we have holidays then.
Yeah,
but we can exchange dates later.
Yeah, you need to coordinate. So nevertheless, you, Fred, thank you for your question. You will later, after we finish, you will also receive the contact information from our today's guests, and then you can see direct.
For explanation why we have a holiday on August, because we also have our products are all sterilized, and of course the sterilization facilities are closed in August for 14 weeks or for 14 days or maybe 3 weeks, it depends, because of the maintenance job and so on, and that's why we also have to close our facilities for 1 week. So we are 1 week absent. Yeah.
In my head, that looks very.
We are swimming then.
Great. Besides Arab Health, which are your most important fairs?
Yeah, Arab Health is for Arabic countries fair. The second one is Medica in Düsseldorf, is the worldwide fair for all coming from all countries. So this is the second one important fair.
Yeah, and we were present also last year, and we will be also in November there. Yeah. So and for some specific products like in vitro fertilization needle, we also go to the ESHRE. This will be in Milan this year. So we are trying to be present on the most important fairs in Europe.
As a visitor or also as an exhibitor?
In the Medica, we are as an exhibitor, also at Arab Health. On the ESHRE, we are now looking with the combination with one of our distributors.
Yeah.
Okay. So, ladies, we come to an end. I think that we will pretty much cover all the topics. Thank you again for your time. And we'll see each other on the next business talk. Thank you all.
Thank you, Nives. Thank you for invitation. Thank you all for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.